Hello guys and welcome back to another UCL Fantasy video. Today I'm going to present to you my team selection for the upcoming match day 12. I'm going to go through the fixtures of the round of 16, then I'm going to prepare a match day 11 review, and then I'm going to showcase to you what my team is looking for match day 12 and where I will be most probably using my transfers. The current rank has dropped a little bit, but I'll talk about it when we review my team. The subs goal changed. Not so changed, because last time I was asking for 3k. Let's push now to 5 and see where the journey will lead us. I have a lot of time to gather those subscribers, like 3 months, but let's not get ahead of ourselves and let's keep pushing and pushing and pushing, because 5k is pretty far away and I want to reach it for sure. Thanks so much for watching, and now let's go into the fixtures. Looking at the fixtures, there are some that are already over in my opinion, but there are some that needs to be decided still. We start with Barcelona versus Benfica, and I think that's a really good fixture to have as a first one, because you can adapt easily your lineup from Barcelona's players. They've got their game postponed because of a death of one of their medical staff members, so rest in peace to that guy. But they will not be postponing the UCL fixture also. We'll see who is starting, and they have a victory of only 1 goal, and that's simply not enough. And I think that focusing on Barcelona players here will be good for your team, because they will need to fight for a result to go through. Benfica, of course, will be fighting also, but I still believe that with 10 versus 11 men, they didn't manage to score, and now 11 versus 11, I still don't fancy them winning, and I really do believe that with the way that is, Barcelona is going to go through, so I'll be heavily investing in that Barcelona side. Then we go to Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich. I believe that Leverkusen can get a result, but I really do believe that Bayern Munich is going to go through, and yeah, they're just going to proceed forward into the tournament. 3-0, it's a very big gap. I don't think they're losing by 3 goals difference. So especially when Florian Wirtz is going to miss the game for Bayer Leverkusen. If he was there, yeah, I can see it happening, but now, no way. I believe that Bayern Munich is through, and I think that they will be facing the team after it. It's Inter Milan versus Feyenoord. They defeated Feyenoord away from home, and it was a pretty easy and convincing victory. I think that in UCL, Inter are a very, very good team, and I will not be looking away from their fixture. So yeah, I really do believe that Inter are proceeding forward versus Feyenoord. So I think it's one game where you can get a lot of defensive good returns, and Feyenoord is just going to exit the tournament. Liverpool versus PSG, it's very unpredictable, but the way that PSG played in the first game, I think that they will want to score a lot of goals in order to proceed, but Liverpool will be playing well. I think that I will follow the strategy here to pick one player from each side, because I think goals are happening. I know that in the first game that didn't happen, but it was pretty close to a very high scoring game, and it was going to be PSG with a lot of goal scorers. Now it's a little bit tricky to predict, but I still believe Liverpool are proceeding through. Then we move to Lille versus Dortmund, and here it's everyone's game. I think that is the only game where I cannot say with certainty, okay, this team is proceeding or this team is proceeding, but at the end of the day, I really do believe that Dortmund are going through. Lille have been a little bit struggling in the league. Dortmund have been. Also, all the German sides lost on Saturday, but I still do believe that Dortmund are going to win it. Arsenal PSV, I expect a little bit of rotation, so here I will be very, very cautious with Arsenal players, but I really do believe that they don't have a lot of depth in order to rotate that much, so some of the players will be involved either way, and I'll be relying on some of them, because PSV are in an awful form, and yeah, Arsenal just going to get the victory here. I have to see which players to go for, but I have something in mind. Aston Villa versus Bruges, now it's at home. I do believe that Aston Villa are going to lock it up and take it away and win it, so I will be getting some Villa players into the side. And Atletico versus Real Madrid, it's going to be everyone's game, but I really do believe that this is Real Madrid's tournament, and Real Madrid are going to go through. So now let's go and see how the team is going to look, because I have some tough decisions to make, and I want to be as clear as possible with them, and to have the best team possible to go into the round of, to the quarterfinals basically. So here is how my team did in match day 11. I'm not overly happy with its performance, but it could have been way worse. Now we start with the good thing, and the good things are that several of my differential players got some points. The bad thing is that most of my expected returners did nothing. So we start with the goalkeeper's position. I have Raya in goal with 2 points, while Zomer did not play, and I did not get the clean sheet from the Martinez return, but I wanted to prepare a defensive department for the future, and Zomer was the top pick that I wanted to go for. So at the end, I went and picked Jan Zomer, while Raya remained after the first day with only 2 points. In defense, we started with Ben Sabiani playing on the first day, and Gabriel. Both of them did not keep a clean sheet. Gabriel 4-pointer. That's why I like defenders in UCL, because even if they concede a goal, they can get up to 4 points, which is a good return. Ben Sabiani was benched, and he came on and only got 1 point, but at the end of the day, it was nothing too worrying there. The other defenders, Grimaldo, I expected way more from Bayer Leverkusen, to be completely honest, and from Grimaldo in particular, but a 2-pointer after conceding 3 goals. Yeah, I will take those, and there isn't a defender or a player on the bench that got more than 2 points, so yeah, I'm safe there in that department. The other 2 defenders, Dumfries, I expected more, but 7 points is still one of the better performances in my team, which in hindsight cannot be said about a lot of other teams, because not a lot of teams kept clean sheets. It was Liverpool, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich and Inter. So 4 teams kept clean sheets out of 16, which is like 25%. But I got only 2 of them. Not feeling okay about that, but still Dumfries and Kunde, I'm happy about having them in the team, as Kunde got an 8-pointer, which is a lot more points than what I expected. I was like, I get Kunde just to have him up until probably the semifinals. They're slotted up and ready to go, but he kept a clean sheet and he got me some points, which was ideal in that situation, because compared to the rest of my team, they did not deliver that much in defense. He was the top scorer from the team. Moving into midfield, here all my midfielders played. I have two pointers, so Dembele and Wirtz. Dembele should have been on way more points, but yeah, PSG conceded and he lost the clean sheet and he didn't return anything attacking wise, but at the end of the day, I'm happy with him. Wirtz, disappointed. Now he's injured and probably out until the end of the season, so I'm not going to be keeping him at my team. Rogers, 9-pointer. I'm happy. I'm happy with that performance. Of course, could have been more, could have been less. It was not an deserved 9-pointer in any shape or form. He got an assist for an own goal, ball recovery, and 3 points for man of the match. Like, how the hell was he man of the match? I have no clue. But still, 9 points. It's okay. Then we move to Mohamed Salah. He was invisible in that game. Honestly, I couldn't remember such a game where he didn't do a lot, but everyone is afforded a day off and hopefully for the next round he will be playing better. But still 3 points better than the players that I benched, so I take those small victories. And Rafinha, my captain, he is the highest scorer player in my team next to Roger, so I'm happy with my captain's performance. 9 points, he was great, he scored the winning goal, should have kept a clean sheet, and it was outside of the box and should have been man of the match in my eyes, but still 18 points, more than happy with his performance as my captain. And up front, Julian Alvarez, my differential forward, managed to return, the only forward for me to return, did not get man of the match, but 7 points, it's a good return ratio. I really like it. And I'm happy with the performance. Hope you're not seeing Alvarez, sorry. But yeah, it was Alvarez. The rest of the team, I got the best returns from my team onto the field. So at least I didn't batch some points. Now, this team needs improvements. It needs massive improvements because some players are going out. So let's go and see how my team is looking and what I plan to do with it. Here is how my team is looking for the upcoming match day 12. I've got 3.4 million in the bank, so that's pretty much enough to gather whatever I need because I have a lot of expensive players. But now I want to use this moment, not that I need so many transfers. Yeah, I need to sell Wirtz, who is injured, But the rest of the team, I can honestly keep it and see what's going to happen. But I cannot afford that because I need to go and change some players in order to have a better squad for the upcoming quarterfinals, as I don't have any chips. If I owned a wild card, of course, I wouldn't care. I would take out Wirtz for someone a little bit more exciting and just leave the rest as it is. But now I need to prepare and I need to utilize those transfers to the best extent possible. Starting with the goalkeepers, I think Arsenal are true. 7-1 away from home. They're not losing by 6 goal difference at home against PSV. Let's be real. So yeah, Raya remains into the squad and he's one of the certain players to proceed forward. And then we move to Jan Sommer, who in hindsight, I think it's a very, very interesting pick because I went with him on the deadline in order to have the best solution possible for my goalkeepers department and have him locked up. So yeah, it is locked up and Sommer is into the frame. Feyenoord, I don't know if he's playing or not, but I think they're true. And as a team being true, I think Sommer will remain his place and probably will be eased into the lineup a little bit shorter or something, but still, I think that Sommer remains into the squad. Moving into defense, Dumfries and Gabriel, both are here. I couldn't afford to bring more Inter defenders as they were not sure that they were going through, but now they are. In my eyes, I don't see a world where they lose. So Dumfries remain into the squad. I could have went with Bastoni also, but decided against it. Now the other option is Gabriel. I don't know if he will play, but he will play on the quarterfinals no matter what, unless he's injured. So I'm going to keep him into the squad. So I have 4 defenders already certain there. Now moving into Koundé and Barcelona in particular, it's a little bit interesting because I really do believe that they're true. Already I think that Benfica's chance was at home. I know that away from home they have been good, Benfica, but I still think this is Barcelona and I don't see it as a thing that could happen and a team that could leave the tournament. Of course, I can be completely wrong and they can be out and I can look like a pretty stupid guy. But yeah, I'm willing to say that Barcelona are proceeding to the quarterfinals. Moving then to Grimaldo and Ben Sebaini, and here is the interesting part. Ben Sebaini is going to leave the team no matter what. Like, even if even if Borussia go through, they will be facing Barcelona, and I'm not a fan of that. And here I will change my defenders. But this week he is nailed, and he will be playing because the left back from Borussia Dortmund, Svensson, that was instead of him as a starting player, is now injured, and he's going to miss the game. So Ben Sebaini is staying in the team, I would guess, because yeah, even if they do not go out, I think that I will be taking him out after it. But if they continue through, I will have a nailed player, so I can use it somewhere else if some surprises happen. So yeah, I would be keeping him. The player next up to him is Grimaldo, and Grimaldo is probably going to be the first guy going out, and I'll be using a transfer on him. I just don't see I don't see Bayern Munich going through. Not Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen going through, and I will have to get rid of Grimaldo as I need to prepare for the upcoming round. Next up in midfield, Dembele and Salah. I don't think that I have to discuss them at all. They're staying up until one of them is out. I don't know who is going to be, but whoever it is, the other player is going to be then switched. Most probably for a player called Bellingham, because if they reach the quarterfinals Real Madrid, I would want to have one more player from their team, and that's going to be in the offensive line in the midfield department. So it's going to be Bellingham there. But for now, let's hold our horses and let's talk about the things. Of course, Saka is an opportunity to get. But yeah, against the Atleti or Real side, I just don't fancy getting more Arsenal players. Of course, you say, are you dumb? You have 2 Arsenal defenders and you have 2 Real Madrid attackers. Yeah, but it's one or the other. I cannot have the best thing in the world and the best team every week. So yeah, but for now, Dembele and Salah, both of them remain into the squad. I can even, if PSG take out Liverpool, I can even add one more PSG player there, as I think they will get offensive there. So yeah, it's a little bit 50-50. Then we move to Morgan Rogers, who remains in the side. I don't think anyone is benching Morgan Rogers, and I think that he will be playing up until the semi-final, the quarterfinals, when there will be facing Liverpool or PSG, whoever it is. I need to have a player playing there, so yeah, I'm going to keep Rogers. Rafinha, I don't know what I can say about him, unless apart from he's the captain on day one for my team. I know it says Girassi, but that's going to change on the deadline stream. And at home to Benfica, yeah, he's playing. Wirtz will have to leave the squad, and I will showcase to you what type of player I will be getting there. Of course, a lot of things can change during those 2 days at the time of recording, because I don't know if Atleti, Real Madrid some injuries, Arsenal may get some injuries, so a lot of things can change, but for now it is Wirtz and Grimaldo out. Moving into the front line, Girassi remains, Mbappe remains, but ours will be taken out, because even if it's, I would say I'm here betting that Real Madrid go through. And with that bet, I know that I would have to take out Alvarez next turn, while I don't want to do that. So, yeah, I think that Girassi and Mbappe will proceed forward. And even if Girassi doesn't, I'll have to take him out. Then I'll have to get a player from a team that is almost certainly going to go through. I'll showcase that in a second. And Mbappe, if he leaves the tournament, it's going to be a surprise for me, but for now he remains into the squad. Now this is the draft that I'm going to go for. Now let's go and see with the moves that I'm planning to make how the team is going to shape up, and what dates are we targeting, and what fixtures are going to be targeted on and from my side. So here is how the transfers are going to shape up in my team. I'm adding 2 Bayern Munich players. I think that Bayern Munich are through, and then they are going to face Inter Milan. Of course, I can go for Harry Kane. I see that as an option, but then I'll have to consider going for Yamal. I honestly don't know what I prefer, Yamal and Rafi with Kane, or Ulisse and Leva up front. I honestly don't know, and the reasoning behind that is I feel like against Inter Milan, Bayern Munich are going to struggle offensively, and me spending a lot of money up front. Yes, for their penalty taker in hindsight, but I'm spending money for Lewandowski, who is Barcelona's penalty taker. So it's a pen taker versus pen taker. So here it's Leva and Ulisse, or Yamal and Harry Kane. Please put down in the comment section which combo you prefer more. But honestly, I see myself going for Leva and Ulisse more, because Ulisse on the counter-attack, I think it's very, very dangerous, and away from home, he has been delivering very good returns so far this season. He scored against Celtic away, and he scored against Shakhtar away, where he had the best game out there. Of course, the first fixture against Dinamo Zagreb was at home, but at Dinamo they destroyed them like 9 goals, so it was the best game from Harry Kane's perspective also. But yeah, I feel like Ulisse away from home, with that flair that he has, he got a good rest in the league. I think he's going to remain to the side and is going to be utilized there. Lewandowski up front, I'm betting on Barcelona going through, basically, and Real Madrid going through. So I'm switching Athletic player for a Barcelona player. At home, I think Lewandowski has been a different breed. He can score from penalties, as mentioned. He plays on day 1 now, and he can be easily subbed off from a day 2 player if he doesn't perform. But still, I quite fancy Lewandowski to go up there. Defensively, I'm going for Kim versus Leverkusen. I know that this is strange, as they will face Inter Milan, but I want to have a 2-2 split between Inter and Bayern Munich, because I cannot see, I can see Inter being the favorites, but Bayern Munich are going to go through and want to reach the Munich final, and them wanting to reach the Munich final will give them a little bit of a push in my eyes. And having a 2-2 player split, for me, not having a wild card, seems like a good opportunity to have, as you'll be able to rotate the players, whoever is out, with someone else, of course. But yeah, you get me, you get why I go there. Now without Neuer, I think that Bayern Munich defensive chances are a little bit hurt, and going for Kim seems dangerous, but I think that he will be okayish for the quarterfinals, where I will get that. I was hardly deliberating, should I go for Grimaldo out, or should I get Kim and stay that way and maybe take out Ben Sabiani, but yeah, that's just a coverage. If Bayer Leverkusen managed to proceed through and go through to the tournament. But yeah, now the question is, am I sure that Bayern Munich are going through? Most probably I am, but I don't know. I don't know how to proceed here. Should I take out Ben Sabiani, go with Kim and Grimaldo, and if by any off chance that happens, I'm still backing on a transfer, but that way I have to book 2 transfers and I'll have to take out. But if Bayern Munich go out and Dortmund don't, I'll just take out Kim for Liverpool PSG defender. So at the end of the day, yeah, I'm going to go that way. I think the team looks better in that sense. Of course, you can argue Musiala, you can argue Yamal, you can argue Kane, you can argue keeping in Grimaldo, but I want to prepare for the future moves. And yeah, I then will have to take care of one of Salah or Dembele, so that's one move. Then probably Ben Sabiani is out, whatever happens, so those are 2 moves. And if all the favorites go through, those are only 2 moves that I have to spend. If, for example, Leverkusen go out, that's a 3rd move that I have to bet on Guirassy, but that's not the end of the world. And the issue with my team is only if Barcelona go out, then I'll have to bump it up to 5 players to take out, so that's 6 transfers already. If Bayern Munich go out, then we get to 8, but that's like an extra smile put on the team, and I don't think that it's happening. Of course, surprises, injuries, there is a lot of time until the quarter, so ideally I will have to book 2 transfers only and then proceed through with the team. But you never know, with UCL a lot of changes can happen. I increased the players for day 1 by 1, adding Lewandowski instead of Alvarez, but 6 players on day 2 for my team, it's completely enough in my eyes, and I will honestly want not to get any subs, and I want day 1 players to destroy everything and just putting Guirassy and Mbappe in for some cheeky points. But in the world, those things do not happen, and I'll probably rely on all of my 6 subs. Now, write down in the comment section what do you think about those moves, because I frankly quite like them and I will feel quite confident going with this team forward. Arsenal midfielder was going through my mind, but am I going for Trossard? Probably not, as when Saka is back and Waneri is going to be rested around, I don't know if I want Trossard against Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid. Probably not. So yeah, it's Trossard into the equation also, but I quite fancy more Olise, and having 2-2 split in Bayern Munich Inter Milan game will be the thing feasible for me. So yeah, that's the plan for now. Let's see how it pays off. As per usual, special shout out to the members of the channel: Seth, Florin, Zach, Oscar, Papas, Kauser, and Hem. Thank you so much for contributing to my channel, becoming members. Florin and Kauser with a lot of gifted members also. Thank you very much. If you guys want to become members of the channel, there is a quick link in the description. Or if you don't want to spend money, just press that subscribe button. It helps me reach my goals and it will help me grow massively. Thank you in advance for having me as the content creator you go for the UCL Fantasy. It means the world to me. Like, subscribe, comment, and share with your friends. That's the most important thing. But for now, guys, I'll be heading out. Bye.